Hi FlossTube, welcome to my channel about cross stitch. I'm Sally, StitchySally here, and also over on Instagram. Today is the 27th of April 2022 and this is FlossTube number 23. So, what have I been up to over the past couple of weeks? Sorry, Freddie's distracted me, he's been eating seed and now he's rubbing his beak along his perch. Yeah, I have had no FFOs. I'm in the process of finishing some bits. Well, actually that's a lie because I have finished one thing, but I can't show it until it's been received, so it'll be in my next FlossTube when I can show that. I do have one finish. I have the usual whips and I have a couple of new starts as well. So we will get started. So first of all, I'm going to remember to show my book of days, seeing as it is nearly the end of April. So, sorry. I think I've got my laptop too close to me today. Maybe, who knows. Yeah, so that is up to now for April. Not many days left, obviously. So I have stitched, as usual, every day. My new starts up this side. And then I stickered for May. So I shall have a few new starts written down here because obviously it's Mania, and as I said in my last FlossTube, I am going to take part in Mania, but only 5 new starts. So I'm using the hashtag Mania Mondays and Stitch Mania. So these, my 5 new starts are kitted up in these bags. That one was, I don't know if you remember, quite a few years ago. Well, it's a lot of years, I think, since I actually put anything into my blog. I was known as Stitch Angel's Treasures on Blogger. Don't know if any of you remember. And there used to be a pay it forward thing, and this was what I received in one of the pay it forwards, and it was a lady called Monique. She was a designer and I cannot for the life of me remember what her designer name was, but anyway, I got that from there. So there's one kitted up in there, and then this one was a gift from a lovely lady called Shirley, who used to blog, and she was also on Instagram. I've not seen her for quite a while though. Yeah, so she gifted me that. And then this one was another pay it forward one, and I cannot for the life of me remember the name of the lady. That's really bad, isn't it? It's years ago now though. So yeah, I've got a couple kitted up in that. Maybe 3 kitted up in that actually. 1 in that one and 1 in that one. So I'm ready to go. I've got my fabric and thread sorted. It took me ages to decide what fabric I wanted because I kept looking through my fabric box thinking, I don't want to use that, I don't want to use that. What am I going to use? But anyway, we've got there. So I'm waffling already and I'm only nearly 4 minutes in, so let's get going. So no, that's not the finish. So my finish is my Saturday night BBD sal that I do with my lovely friend Lainey, and it is Blackbird Designs the Rarest flower, and this is stitched on 35 count platinum linen by Zweigart, and I've used the DMC conversion off the chart, apart from one, because 2 of the symbols, the conversion was 3011 DMC, and I didn't want to use the same for both. So I actually had some endive in my stash, so I've used endive. I'm really, really pleased with that. I think it is a really pretty piece. So I had a new start on Saturday, obviously because I'd finished that, and I started How Does the Lily Grow? which I think is an absolutely beautiful piece. And I am using a mixture of DMC and Gentle Arts. I just had the three at the bottom, the Gentle Arts. Sorry for the glare. And this is my start. Now then, let me get this the right way up, because I'm really good at not getting things the right way up. That's my start. And I have to say, the antique rose on the chart looks a lot darker than my antique rose. So I don't know. I don't know whether it's just the way the photograph's been taken, or whether mine, because mine will be, I don't know what the date on that chart is, but mine will be older than the chart. Because I have had, that is one of my original casts that I had, and in my project bag I have the other three that I've got to stitch. So I've got Sweet Home, Fairy Garden and All in a Row. So those are the others that I'm going to do. And those are all in the project bag that my lovely friend Chris made me for my birthday a couple of years ago. It's really pretty. So that's my new start. And then I had another new start which I wasn't particularly planning on. I was going to stitch, sorry, I've slapped it. I was going to start The Moons of 2022, Kathy Barrack, once I'd finished Winter Rose Manor. But I really, really wanted to stitch The Moons of 2022, not The Moons of 2023. So, one day last week, early on last week actually, I kitted it up. And I thought, do you know what? I sit and watch Floss Tube sometimes in the afternoon, because I don't get a chance on a night, because my husband, he likes to watch TV, he likes to kick back and watch TV on a night. The only time I actually get to watch Floss Tube on a night is if he is out. So I did watch some last Friday because he went to some football, local football. So he takes photographs for them. He gets asked to go and the photographs and things for them. And then Monday night he had a, whatever it is they use, I don't know, Teams, Messenger, whatever. He had a meeting anyway, a committee meeting for the local photography group. He's chairman. So I did watch a bit then, but most of the rest of the time I tend to watch in an afternoon if I've got some housework done. I go and sit down and watch some Floss Tube. And I'm waffling again. I do apologise. You're used to me by now though, aren't you? So, like I said, I kitted it up. I think most of the threads are in there. It's in the lovely floss buddy from Bags Plus that my lovely friend Barb bought me for my birthday. And I made a start. So I am decided to stitch this on 25 count I think it's Vintage Marble by Zweigart. So I've just got a very, very small start. And the reason I've gone for 25 count is so that it's a bit smaller. Because obviously it is a large piece, and as Kathy says it most certainly qualifies for the Beast title, and she's not wrong. So yeah, I've just made a small start on that. And I'm really enjoying it so far. And I've sort of said to myself, if you just get the middle bit, the moons bit stitched this year, at least I can say I've got the moons of 2022 stitched in 2022. So yeah, a small start, and once I have finished, which is going to be a while yet, Winter Rose Manor, I'll just move that into the slot, the Sunday slot that I use for Winter Rose Manor. Am I making sense? Because I am waffling and I'm not sure that I am. This mug, I purchased, it'll be quite a lot of years ago in Primark. And my idea was to mount some cross stitch in the top, and I've stitched the piece, and this has literally been sat there possibly since last year, and I can't work out how to mount it, so I've washed it. I'm not going to use it. I'll do something else. Right, whips. You wouldn't think I did this regularly, would you? Out of sorts. But there. The first whip I'm going to show you is Silver Creek Samplers Lost and Found. And I'm still stitching the sheep. She is quite a large sheep though, isn't she? So, you know, she's going to take some doing. And obviously for those of you, if you're new, I'm stitching this on 25 count vintage sand using DMC. It's charted in DMC, and there she is. Still looking very, very happy at the thought of eating some leaves off a tree. So that is my Friday Night Sheep Stitch Sal with Barb. So I'm hoping that I might just get the body of the sheep finished when I pick her up this Friday. I do tend to find though that when I'm stitching on 25 count, it does go a little bit slower, but that's fine. It's our hobby and we are supposed to enjoy it, aren't we, and savour it. So, and then my next whip was my New Year's Day start, and that is A Study in Blue by Sue Hillis Designs. And I'm using all the called for, which is 32 count vintage country mocha and gassed dungarees, which is a beautiful blue, really beautiful blue. So I am on the final stretch. I don't know whether I can get it all in. Whoops, it up. Can't see what I'm doing. So yeah, there we go. I finished the alphabet, and I just have I think, what's it say? I don't even know what it says. I think it's wrought that I've got left to stitch, and then obviously this top border, and it will all be done, and then I'll be on to the dreaded task of making the box up. Haven't got my rickrack yet. That hasn't come in yet, but that's fine because obviously I'm not quite ready yet to start making it up. And I have actually got some fabric. The fabric that Sue has used, I think it's discontinued. I'm not entirely sure, but I can't find it anywhere. So I've got this, and I think, sorry, I think it'll match. I need several hands. I think that will match quite nicely. So that's for the inside of the box. And if you're interested as to where I got that from, it was from So Crafty, which is an online shop here in the UK. I don't know whether they've got a physical shop actually. I can't remember, but I'll link them. I will try and remember to link them down below. So I'm really pleased with that, and I will have a teeny bit of fabric left over from that I can use for something else, which is always good. And I am going to have enough, hopefully. Getting a bit short there, but hopefully that will be enough. Oh, never mind. I'll sort that out after. That's in a right mess now. And then my next whip is from the book Home for the Holidays, and it's, you can see a little bit of it down here. It's Christmas Garden, and I'm stitching it with DMC. And this is on 36 count latte from Foxglove and Lace linen. And there we have it. That is not, it's not great. It's a little bit washed out, but it's not too bad. So since I saw you last, I'm not entirely sure what I've done. I know I filled in some of the buds around the border. I did some of those last night, and I've just realised I've missed one. I finished off this big flower pot here. Done more on that. I just started on the actual basket or pot itself as well. And I think that is just looking lovely. Obviously, you know, it's nice to have the hand dyeds to do it, but it would have just been so expensive, and I thought, no, I'm just going to do DMC. And as I have said before, I am trying to lean away from using the fancy flosses. Dye lots can be an issue, which it can't be helped. I mean, obviously, I will still get fancy floss for some projects, because obviously that's probably one of the reasons why I've fallen in love with it, was the colours of the floss, and it doesn't always look the same in DMC. Oh, that's nearly cold. Yeah, nearly cold tea. And then my final work in progress is With Thy Needle and Thread Winter Rose Manor, which I absolutely love. This is such, well, I love everything. I love everything that I'm stitching, apart from one thing that I've been stitching, apart from one thing, which we'll talk about in a minute. So yeah, Winter Rose Manor. So I'm stitching this with mostly the called for colours. I just made, I think it's three substitutions. I couldn't find hazelnut at the time. Sorry, excuse me. At the time of kitting it up, so I used pecan. I don't even know whether that's close, but that's what I've got. WDW pecan. And then I think I mentioned last week, I actually found some hazelnut in my stash, so I don't know what on earth I was thinking of. And then I substituted the colour for the snow to B5200 DMC. And then which it does not look anything like that, the pink for the house, I chose Rose Quartz. And this is 40 count Vintage Country Mocha. And again, that it does not look like that. The house, the colour of the house is not like that in real life. It is a much more vibrant pink. That just looks, it doesn't even look pink to be fair, but so I have finished stitching these little trees at the bottom. I stitched these, this, and I've started on the snow. And the reason I've got so much done since I last saw you is because I finished Always Remember, which was my Monday night stitch, and obviously I'm going to be doing Manor, which I'm going to do on Mondays, 5 new starts for every Monday in May. I decided I didn't want to start anything new until I start Manor, so I've been stitching on this on a Sunday and a Monday, and this was my birthday start using the hashtag StitchySally's Winter Birthday Sal, if anybody's interested in joining. So I just love this, absolutely love it. It was just something, because obviously I think it was a class piece first off, and of course I saw it and wanted it, so I was really, really pleased when it was released. I think it was 2020, towards the end of 2020. Oh, I can't speak. Towards the end of 2020 when it was released. Right, so that, I believe, I just checked my notes because it feels like I don't have a massive amount to share. Right. Yeah, when I said I was enjoying everything, loving everything that I am stitching. And this is absolutely no disrespect to the designer. This is me. So, I am not enjoying this Frida Kahlo. Not enjoying it at all. I have tried. I've stitched 3 or 4 times on it, I believe. So this is where it's at. But I am just not enjoying it. I forced myself to stitch on it last Thursday, I think it was. And then I watched a Floss tube. And it was Nad's X-Stitch. I've only just recently discovered Nadine, however you like to pronounce it. And she had whittled down her whips from, I think it was 74 to 63. And I thought, you know what? I've done this before. I've stitched on things that I am not enjoying, and I have literally ended up, by the time I've put the final stitch in, hating them. And a lot of the time the reason I keep going is because I just think it's a waste of money if I don't. Now I think had I possibly seen this after it was a sell, I liked she's got a beautiful little floral headband and everything, but I just don't like, I don't know, I'm just not enjoying it. So this is going on the back burner for now, and I'll make my mind up whether I want to carry on with it or not. If not, I'm going to try and unpick this and then just wash the fabric to try and bring some of the Stitch's threads back into position. But yeah, I'm just not. So thank you, Nadine, because it just watching you get rid of those whips was so liberating. I mean, I've done it before. I've started things and thought, no, not very often. But yeah, I've done it, and I have scrapped pieces. But I don't do it very often. So I'm going to have a new start, and it's going to be this: the Scarlet House. We are the sampler makers, and I just love that. I love the verse. It's so nice. And Tanya is amazing, absolutely amazing. I do like her stuff. And I'm stitching it on I think it's like mocha. 35, 36 count like mocha, I believe. And I am using, I'm just going to use the DMC. I don't think they're all there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 6. No, I must be using 2 of them on another project. I just don't know. Black, because I'm just, black seems to be in everything. So yeah, that's so that's going to be my new start in place of Frida Kaplan. As I say, I'm just not enjoying her, and it's our hobby. Life's too short to stitch on something that you don't enjoy. So that's that. Right, I think I've about done. I don't have any haul because I'm trying to behave myself. Find it very, very hard though. Very hard. And the weird thing is, I've done this for longer in the past, but I just don't know what's wrong with me. I think because I've seen a couple more that I want, a couple more charts that I want that came out at market. And at the end of the day, there's no rush to get them, is there? Because they're not limited edition. They're not going to go away. So yeah, I am finding it a little bit hard. I think it's not having that nice purse coming through the door, and I don't know. And I don't think my mood hasn't helped. I haven't been at my best mentally over the past couple of weeks, maybe even a bit longer actually, if I'm honest, but I'll bounce back. I always bounce back. But yeah, right, that's that. If I sell some stuff, then stuff that I finish with, because I don't keep my charts. I'd like to sell them on so I can buy more or threads or whatever if I need them. So yeah, I don't keep my charts. If I know obviously that I'm not going to stitch them again, I don't have the room to be able to keep them, so there's no point in me doing that. Right, floss tubers that I've been watching. I've been watching some of the usuals, some of the bigger floss tubers. So I know some of these I have shouted out before, and you're probably gonna know them, but if you don't, do go and have a look. So Crafting Kirsty, she's so funny. I love her. She's great, absolutely great. Stitches some great stuff. She's got she's doing some Waxing Moon monthly pieces. She has also got some sales coming up. Huge sales coming up. So yeah, do go and have a look at her. She does stitch some amazing pieces. And then there is Stitchy Rachel. She's doing an Afghan, and she's doing an alphabet. She likes Lizzie Kates, and I think she is also doing some big stitch-alongs as well. Sometimes I watch so many floss tubes I forget. And then again, somebody that I have shouted out before is Dawn Frosty X Stitch. Dawn has been doing floss tube for I think about 4 or 5 years. She has had some breaks, but she's back and she films quite regularly as well. She's based in Switzerland, so do go and have a look at Dawn. She's really lovely and she stitches some gorgeous pieces. She does full coverage. She's doing a band sampler sal at the moment, which she's amazing herself keeping up with. And she's really nice. She's so down to earth. Do go and have a look at her, because she is one of the floss tubers in the under 1,000 subs club that really does deserve so much more recognition than she gets. So yeah, please do go and have a look at her. And then there is Shelley, who is It's Only Stitching. Have shouted her out before. Shelley used to be Shelley Key X Stitch on FlossTube, and she had a lot of videos up, a lot of subscribers, and for some unknown reason FlossTube took her channel down. She has no idea what she did, they just took it down. So she had to start again, she lost everything. So do go and have a look at her. She stitches lots of different things, beautiful stitching, and she does a lot of sals with Kim, the Contented Stitcher, which I was going to join in the BBD stocking sal, the stockings from home for the holidays, and then I've just had so much on, I've not even got there yet. One day. And then there is Elaine, who is Ellie Welly Stitcher, and I'm sure you all know Elaine. I know a lot of you do watch sorry, excuse me, a lot of you who watch me watch Elaine as well. She does amazing full coverage. I am in absolute awe of her full coverage, especially cheese delivery. That is just amazing. So do go and have a look at Elaine, and she's part of the she's part of the Essex Needles retreat. Brain. And then there is a new floss tuber, Gina Stitches. I think she's recently put up floss tube number 2. She does full coverage, she does chatelaines, she does mirabilia. Just amazing. I tell you, I sit and watch floss tubes and I'm just in total awe at everybody else's stitching. Really am. And I just love. I'm so pleased I discovered. Well, I say discovered. I tried to watch floss tube quite a few years ago, and I don't know whether I just picked the wrong people for me. I really don't know, but I just couldn't get into it, and that sounds really awful, doesn't it? The wrong people for me. It's not possible. Not maybe I'm not describing that right. But yeah, and then I started again last year with Brenda and Laura, Brenda and the Serial Starter, and Michelle, Mama Loves You GB, and it just went from there. And as I say, I just sit in total awe at the stitching that people do. And then the final one, who I've already mentioned, who is new to me, and the silly thing is I follow her on Instagram. and that's Nad's Cross Stitch, Nadine. Oh, she's amazing. I just love watching her. Just the pieces that she does, just, you know, chatelaines and mirabilias. Yeah, just absolutely fantastic. So I'll link them all below. So if you haven't seen them, do go and have a look. If you have seen them, then yeah. Yeah, so that is it. I don't think I've got anything else to tell you. We did have a little bit of disappointing news this week, but I can't say anything at the moment because it's not set in stone. We'll know more at the end of May, I believe. I mean, it's not life-threatening, nothing like that. So don't, you know, it's not medical or anything like that. But it's just it's a bit of a kick in the teeth for Jess. So hopefully I will be able to tell you more, as I say, at the end of May, once decisions have been made and things like that. So thank you so much for watching. I've had a bit of an increase in my subscriber numbers, so I think I'm about 660 subscribers now. I don't know, I think that could be down to, not entirely sure, but I think it could be down to Marie of Stitches and Diamonds, who mentioned me in her video because I shouted her out last time. So yeah, thank you for coming and subscribing to my little channel and watching me waffle away. And thank you so much to everybody who has stuck with me from the start, who watches my videos every week, every fortnight. I can't tell you how much that means to me, because when I started this channel, which I am coming up to my first anniversary at the end of May, I think it might be 27th, not entirely sure. I did not expect people to watch me and to stick with me. It's been a bit up and down, where I've lost subscribers and gained subscribers. It's taken me a long time to get to 660. And I do feel for those that have been doing it a lot longer, who are still struggling to get up to that 1,000, because I mean, I don't know what it means when you get up to 1,000, but apparently you can do more when you get to 1,000. But anyway, yeah, so thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, if I could speak. So that is me for now. So I will see you hopefully in a couple more weeks. I'm planning a giveaway for my first Floss Tube anniversary. Don't know what it'll be. It won't be massive, but I've got some ideas. So again, thank you, and stay safe, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye everybody.